I forgot to do?
What's that?
I forgot to tag you. And I am gonna see, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Hold on, everybody. Tag. I thought I did actually. Make sure. Tag it. There you are. Okay. Juice in a jar. That. Okay. I was trying to make it go away.
Alright, we got it.
I got you.
Got me.
So, hi.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks for hanging out, coming and joining us on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. And I'm Lynn Pinkles.
I'm Max Williams.
And I'm a local real estate agent in the Atlanta area, and Max is a local chef. So we are both originally from Georgia, and we are excited that you've come to hang out and see what we're cooking tonight. So it's back to you, Max.
Alright, tonight we got a herb-crusted, bacon-wrapped pork loin that we're going to be doing. This is my pork loin. There's nothing else is on it right yet. I'm about to season it up, put some honey on here, wrap it in bacon, and put some brown sugar on there along with some seasoning that I'm doing. And then we're going to pop this thing in our wonderful new air fryer that we just bought not so long ago. And see how it goes.
And y'all don't freak out when I say hello, because if I see your name pop up, I will usually try to say hello. So, hey Jay, thank you for watching. And Jana, thank you. It does tell me when people are watching. So, you guys, thank you again for hanging out. Max is starting by, hold on. Tell them what you're putting on it, Max.
This is just my little special grill blend that I do myself for doing like porks and other stuff. It's a mixture of different seasonings that I personally blend together. So I'm doing this first, and then I'm going to take the honey and smother the honey all over the meat. And then I'm going to wrap the bacon up in it, and then after I get the bacon wrapped, and then I'm going to put brown sugar on it, and then we're going to slap it into the little air fryer and let it do its job.
Yeah, we've been using the air fryer as much as possible. We had, I will say, last week Max made buffalo wings, and they were the best buffalo wings I have ever had. And it's nice because with the air fryer you don't get all of the grease like you would normally when you are frying foods. It takes very little grease. So he's been definitely exploring the new air fryer to see all that he can do with it. The one that he purchased is a fryer. Hey Angie, it's also an oven. It can also do like food dehydration, meat, stuff like that. Pizza oven. This thing, I'm surprised it doesn't fold laundry. That would be fabulous, actually. You know, they actually make something that will fold your laundry. That would be so cool. That's probably a big problem in my house, is not so much, well, no, not for me, but that's besides the point. I have found a few things to talk about tonight, you guys, so I hope you are entertained. I know I was. And I got you. So Max is also going to be coming up with some meals. One other thing to tell you guys, he's going to be coming up with some meals that he's going to post at the beginning of the week. If anybody's interested in having a couple of those meals, he can let you know, and depending on how many servings you need, he will set you up and get you hooked up with some great food. So, what temperature, and are you air frying this?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in the air fryer. It's going to go at about 450 for about 25 minutes.
Okay.
That's what we figured.
All right. So, one thing I found when I was looking for things to talk about tonight, and I thought this was very appropriate, is there was an article on apartment therapy that talked about the 8 things that are a must-have if you are upgrading your kitchen. And it's funny because one of those things I have just done in my upgrade, and that was a nice new dishwasher. It said that when you go to upgrade your kitchen, make sure that you splurge a little bit on that dishwasher. It's going to get so much use that you really need to look at. An average dishwasher is going to run you about $600. So unfortunately, for one that's above average, you're going to, of course, go to about $1,000 or $1,200. Now, for those of you who know me, y'all know that I
Thank you, Lisa.
don't pay full price for anything. And so a lot of times what I'll do is when we are searching for any big priced items, I will find places that may have a dent or, you know, a scratch and dent sale on appliances, or I'm huge on any type of like Amazon Marketplace for furniture or other accessories, outdoor furniture, anything you can find, or just shopping sales, auctions, and also estate sales. So the other thing it was telling you that would be a nice upgrade, that once you get it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. And that is something we were talking about recently, which is the pot filler. Now, the way my kitchen is set up, it's not really feasible to put a pot filler where my oven and stove are because of the rock, and that's the back of our fireplace in the living room. But I remember saying recently that I thought that that was something that would be freaking awesome to have. And stuff like this will help to improve the sellability if you ever, or not if, but when you do go to sell your home. Another part that it had said was, this is something I would love to have, is some quartz countertops. Now, for a long time, you saw, what was the real popular one? Type of countertop?
Granite.
Granite. Now, granite is porous, and it is softer. Quartz is not porous. And what it is quartz is not a porous, and it's also very, very, very hard. So the chances of chipping it are very slim to none. You don't have to put, with granite, you have to seal those every so often. With quartz, you don't have to seal them. And again, this is a new product, so it is it's a great product because you don't have to worry about it being porous and collecting any germs or whatnot. It can handle heat, it can handle spills, it can handle drops, and it's a great one if you're looking, and they come in so many different colors. So quartz it's so pretty, y'all. So if you're thinking of redoing your kitchen, I would tell you that would be the one, as a real estate agent, I would go with.
All right, once again, everybody, you see me, I had a few people ask me what am I wrapping bacon in. This is a pork tenderloin. I did a little herb and seasoning on there. I put some local honey that we gotten there on there also. Now I'm about to put brown sugar on here. Also, I want to say hi, Megan. I miss you too. And we're getting ready to get this all seasoned up, and then we're going to be popping this into the air fryer here very shortly.
Speaking of the honey, we get our honey from a local Ace Hardware, and this honey is actually locally sourced in our area. So for those of you who have never heard, if you don't know how reliable this is, but it sure can't hurt. But if you will eat some local honey, it will help with any allergies that you may have. The other thing is that when you buy honey in the grocery store, you are not buying true honey, guys. That is usually only about 10% of honey, and the rest is sugared water and who knows what, fructose, I don't know. So when you're looking for honey, honestly, you want to try to find local, and you really don't want to buy any grocery store honey unless it is a local honey. Again, you're not buying honey. Real honey is quite expensive. As a matter of fact, for this bottle, I think it's about 20 bucks. But it will, now, since Max has come, it ain't gonna last us very long. But honey is just such a great thing. Another nice thing to try is in the morning times, if you will wake up and fix yourself a glass of honey water with lemon, it's a really good concoction that will help your body kind of to wake up, to detox the bad toxins out of your body, and it needs to be the first thing you drink. Oh, that's your brown sugar?
Yep, putting the brown sugar on.
Okay, so back to the things that help a kitchen. Tile backsplash. Now, I know I have Formica countertops, y'all. And these countertops are original to this house, which was built in 1991. And I will have to say my parents did very well when they picked out these countertops because the color has withstood lots of different trends that have happened throughout the years. And one thing that they've done that I personally like is they continued the Formica up. Oops, sorry y'all. See how they've continued the Formica? It goes straight. I mean, it's not cut anywhere here. But I'll tell you, this is the easiest stuff to clean ever. Bad part is you can get burns. So again, back to if you're going to redo a kitchen, I highly recommend that you go and find a decent, nice countertop. That's the first thing. If you can go with a neutral color, I highly suggest that, because again, it's going to last longer than if you go with a color that's very trendy at the moment. The other thing that it had said that was great for a kitchen was a kitchen island with appliances in it. I wish I had room. I don't have room for a kitchen island at all. I love my kitchen. I'm okay with, I think the galley kitchen is a good kitchen, but it would be nice to have a little island. It would be nice to have an island that I could throw a microwave in, or something to that, or a warming drawer, or even more, I would love an ice maker. But as you can see, I don't have room for an island. But if you do have room for an island, or if you're going to upgrade your island, what I would suggest is try to make it to where you can put a microwave in it, or trash compactor, or one of the things that the article had said was a nice addition to a kitchen is your wine refrigerator. For someone like me, that would not, that wouldn't woo me to buy your house. But if you had a beverage refrigerator, thinking, something about the size of a wine refrigerator, that would be ideal, because I know that it would be nice to have a lot of your beverages in one place instead of taking up a lot of room in your fridge. So, and the other neat thing that they're doing nowadays is with islands, they're doing a contrasting color. Like if you have white cabinets, you may want to go with a blue or a gray island. Again, I feel that's a little trendy, so I'm a little nervous because bathrooms and kitchens are your most expensive items when updating a home. I think you should try to stay as very classic, as very clean, and as very non-trendy as you can keep it. So white cabinets are always going to sell. Stained cabinets, even though these look a little dated, but those will stay pretty. I mean, you can't, but real cabinets is another one I would spend the money on. I would spend the money on having real wood cabinets put in. I think they'll hold up a lot longer than your prefab cabinets. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Matt, we went to a friend's house this weekend for a graduation party, and she has one of the prettiest kitchens I have ever been in.
Yes.
So, and she has this stove and oven combination that looks like it should be commercial. And I went and I was like, I had to show Max before we left. I had to show him her kitchen because her kitchen was it's so pretty. Now, one last thing about the kitchen updates. If you are building a house or you're completely remodeling a kitchen, I highly, highly suggest that you build yourself a decent sized pantry room. Especially, I'm sure a lot of you guys right now are realizing that with COVID, that a lot of you had to stay home and cook, and you probably didn't have enough room in your pantry for all the staples that you needed. So luckily I have I got an okay sized pantry, and
that's a spare bedroom. That's not a pantry.
So I am lucky enough that my pantry is a decent size. But I think what I have seen in a lot of houses, especially smaller houses, you don't ever get a pantry hardly. And if you do, it's tiny. And I really hate that, because I think a pantry is essential to a house. It not only for your canned goods and your box goods, but also if you've got room to put some of these extra appliances that you don't use on an everyday basis, that would be ideal, is to have somewhere to put those appliances. As you can see, we really don't have anywhere to put these appliances, but that's okay too. Now, I'm going to add something to the article, Okay, one thing I think that is going to be something you're going to see more of is in kitchens is called a beverage station. And it could be one little area that's not in the thick of the movement in your kitchen, that you can set up your beverage cooler, you can set up your, if you drink coffee or hot tea, you can set all of that up. If you are wine drinkers, you can do that there. But I think that when it comes to houses, that would be a great place. And I've seen a lot of people do it and use maybe a rolling stand or something like that for that purpose. But I do think that is a nice touch in a kitchen that makes a lot of sense to have. So that was my cool things, and that's the boring part of today's show. It's not really boring, but I do have some funny things to talk about. Well, let me back up. I have one cool science experiment for you and the kids. So this week, we're expecting a huge dust cloud. It's the biggest dust cloud in 50 years, and it's coming from the Sahara Desert. This dust cloud should hit us here in Georgia by the end of the week. And what it's going to do is it's going to create some phenomenal sunsets because of the dust and the refraction and the light and the bouncing of the light and all that scientific mojo. But it's going to make our sunsets pretty amazing. So you guys try to get out there and check out those sunsets at the end of this week. Anything we need to know here, sir?
No, we're good.
All right.
Just cooking.
What are we cooking?
We're doing some vegetables.
We're having some green beans.
Doing some green beans, a little bit of broccoli, and a little bit of corn.
Yeah, he knows. I gotta have some greens. Gotta have some good
That's right.
stuff in there. Let's see. Quartz countertop, high-end dishwasher, pot filler. Yep. Oh, I saw the funniest thing, y'all. It was an Amazon, and y'all may have already seen it. It's this Amazon driver who, when it said special instructions on her sheet, where you can say leave it at the back door or leave it in the front door, whatever. This one had said, knock on the door 3 times, scream abracadabra as loud as you can, and run super fast away. So this lady was at work, and she gets the notification on her phone that somebody's at her front door, and it's the driver. And she can't hear anything, but she can see everything. And she sees the lady put the package down and then take off running, right? And she's like, what is going on? So when she got home that day, what she did is she looked and pulled up the footage, because at that point she could hear it. And she could hear this lady scream, or knock 3 times, scream abracadabra, and run away very fast. So she's like, what is going on? Well, come to find out, her son had hacked into her account and changed those instructions to say all of this. And it got me to thinking, I was like, I wonder how many weird things these Amazon and UPS and everybody, how many weird things do they come upon? Because I know when I used to knock on doors, when I was a yee little real estate agent in my early days, I had some weird things happen. For instance, I knocked on a door one time to introduce myself as a local realtor, and the man was in his whitey tighties, y'all. And he had no inclination of going to change. I mean, it was like he didn't, hey, I'm here in my regular clothes, kind of just talking to us. It was the weirdest and most awkward conversation I think I've ever had in my life. And needless to say, we never knocked on that door again. And maybe that was his whole point. If so, touche, mister. Well done. Well done. But
Wait till you deliver pizzas, and you'll see a lot more worse than that.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Can you keep it G-rated and tell us a few?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of figure.
I've had a woman come to the door before with her towel and it fall off. One was okay. The other one scared the hell out of me.
One lady or the other lady? Or one?
There was 2 different incidents.
Oh, okay.
One lady scared me. One lady was like, all right.
I thought we were talking about her assets.
Her assets were good on the one lady. Bada bing boom.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another one is I found a photo of a UPS man dropped off it showed the letter that these people received from the postmaster in Michigan. He said, your UPS man had dropped off your package today, and on the end of his route, he noticed that 3 teenagers had grabbed your package. So he then proceeded to chase them down, yelling at them, hey, give me that package, which reminds me of the movie where this kid's running around trying to collect his $2 for his newspaper route. Hey, I want my $2. So the UPS guy, or the postal service dude, is hunting them down. They throw the package at him, and so he ends up redelivering it the next day, even though it was damaged. But I thought, man, that is commitment. I want that mailman. And speaking of Amazon mailman and all things like that, our Amazon man I met the other day, and he is super awesome. He's the really cool looking dude. He's got these wild, wonderful, he's got dreads, and we have a very big, intimidating looking dog. And my husband was walking outside to let him go use the restroom when the Amazon man pulled up. Well, Keith thought, oh no, the Amazon man's going to be scared of our dog. This man, first of all, he's not a little man. He's tall and not overweight, but he's not a small guy.
What's up, Marcus?
Is that his name? Oh, no. I was like, how do you know the Amazon man? Well, we should know him.
Yes.
We should know him as much stuff as we get.
Yeah.
But he jumped out and was so excited to see Titan and just loved all over him. It was so funny. But he was like, oh, man, y'all are the best. Thank you for letting me pet your dog. Y'all, he was, and it was right then. I have always heard that Amazon has amazing drivers. Y'all, those guys are awesome. But I will have to say, I have a pretty awesome mailman. As a matter of fact, I had to get a check in the mail that was going to one of my clients, and when I was running late and I just saw the mailman go by, so I jump in my car and I run after the mailman. I catch him up the street, and I'm like, I need to get this in the mail today, and my client needs to know it's in the mail. I said, do you mind taking a picture with me? And he's like, sure. So I have a picture that I will post after this of me and the mailman, and he's like this. So super nice guy. He always, if we see each other, he's always waving and saying hello. But be honest, we've had some pretty good mail people who have done our route, except for one who broke my mailbox, and she didn't last long as a mail delivery person either way, so just wasn't for her. But there have been a couple of things that I found of people where their mailman or delivery man or UPS man. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. It's so comfortable. Miss Renee complimented my dress, and I'm going to tell y'all what, this is the most comfortable dress. It feels like I'm wearing pajamas, and it came from Amazon, so you too can purchase this dress. So anyway, and you can wear it like this, you can wear it like this, you can wear it like this. So anyway, there was one mailman who was delivering a package to his clients, and they had like a sofa or a couch on their front porch. So it had these 2 blue pillows that were turned kind of sideways, and he then went and put a little yellow package in the middle to kind of compliment, and at first glance you didn't realize that it wasn't a pillow. So I thought that was pretty neat. I saw some to where the mail or the delivery person put the package up in the rafters to keep anybody from seeing it. There was a mailman who sent out Christmas cards, and his Christmas cards made him look like he was a superhero flying, and I'll post that later. It was cute. And then the other one was, of course, a lot of mailmen and stuff who are, there was one where the dog used to get treats from the mailman every day, and the dog had been sick lately. So he had put a note, and they had asked him not to bring treats for about a week. So he sent a note at the end of the week and said, can Fido have treats? Check yes or no. So you know what, guys? Doing stuff like that really makes everybody's day. You know, you can have a really crappy day or you can have a really good day. It's all up to you. And I used to tell my daughter that all the time when she was little, and she would pitch fits or just be in a bad mood or wouldn't do, you know, and I'm talking about 5, 6 years old, and she just was just being horrible to deal with in the morning. She was tired, and I said, you know what? You can have a good day or you can have a bad day. It's completely up to you. And honestly, that's about true. I mean, it really is. There are days that I think I am possessed by demons, and it's not up to me. I think they're running the show. So, but our food's coming along. Very nice. The oven that we got is a Kalorik, K-A-L-O-R-I-K. Again, we got it from Amazon. So
That's probably one of the best ones that Amazon had. Reading all the reviews, it had over 50 5-star reviews, so that's why I went with it. And also with the size of our family here at this house, that's the main reason why I bought the bigger one too, because we have a family of 7 here that we are feeding constantly every day. So yeah, you want to make sure you got something that can take care of all that.
oh, the U.S. Army parachute team will jump, and keep your eyes on the sky tomorrow because they're going to be doing a jump over 2 main hospitals in and around Atlanta tomorrow. So y'all keep an eye out for that. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. We actually made it through my daughter's graduation without it being rained out. And I am, sorry y'all. I was trying to get here late. What you cooking? Yummy, guys. Wish I was there. We are cooking tonight bear with me. Don't say it. Bacon wrapped, herb crusted pork tenderloin in the air fryer. So what I was saying about the air fryer, the wings are amazing. The French fries are amazing. But the way it works, you guys, is it's got to have air being able to move all the way around the food. So you kind of have to make sure that when you put food in there, that it has room around it for everything, for the air. Because if you don't, then it's not going to work. And you almost all of it, you have to flip halfway through. How many people are having problems with fruit flies right now? Because they are driving us crazy. And we have tried everything we can think of. We've tried the apple cider vinegar with soap. We ordered some stuff off of Amazon and poured it down the drains at night. None of this stuff is working. So if you guys have any good suggestions.
By the way, if y'all ain't noticed, tonight's show has been brought to you in part by Amazon. No.
But if you have any suggestions, I really don't want to hang those stupid fly strips. Those are disgusting. But I am almost to the point that I would do that because these things are driving us crazy. Absolutely nuts.
Absolutely crazy.
Here's another thing, you guys. If anybody is interested in a guinea pig, I know where you can get one for free. Right here. We have a guinea pig that needs a new home because he doesn't get enough attention and he really just needs a new home. I don't have time.
We love little Gary.
We love Gary. But we don't have time for Gary. And I bought Gary for Phoenix, and Phoenix is kind of scared of Gary. So we really need Gary a new home. Anybody out there? And my husband says we can cook Gary. Ugh. They actually do cook guinea pigs in certain parts of the world.
Yeah, I'm too friendly with him now. I can't cook him.
No. Now, for those of you who have been following us, we have 2 dogs that we have been trying to introduce to each other to make sure that they're going to get along, and they're coming along very well. We actually had them together in one space, let them run free. Now, the whole time, my dog, he had a muzzle on because I don't want him attacking Smalls, which is Max's dog. But, so the whole time he was trying to get the muzzle off, but he didn't, it's like he don't even care that that Smalls is there. And so it's been going well. We did get to see our other dog who is being trained at the moment. We got to see him on Sunday. And that's the first time we've been able to see him since he went to training, and it was so good. But of course it was dinner time, and he didn't want nothing to do with us at that point because he knew that food was being delivered to everyone. So he has someone bringing him food.
You bring me food, I'm gonna forget all about you too. Be like, get in my belly.
So it has been an interesting weekend, and it wasn't a weekend that allowed you any rest for us. But I do have, for those of you who are praying type of people, I have a friend whose husband is going through chemotherapy. So if you guys would please pray for them, I would very much appreciate it, and so would they. That would be great. And of course, for everybody out there, anybody else that needs prayers, y'all just let us know. I think God gets sick of hearing from me sometimes. I'm like that annoying little gnat in his ear, constantly talking to him throughout the day, and he's like, all right, lady, hush. So, how are we doing?
Need a little bit more time.
All right. So, we will post a picture afterward. As you saw, he just checked the meat with his thermometer to make sure that it's at a safe temperature. It does need a little more time. If you guys, again, don't forget that Max next week will be putting up what we're having for dinner each night. And if you guys want an extra plate or 2 or 4 plates, let us know, and he'll work you up a price on and seeing about getting that to you. So if you have any questions about that, let us know. If you have any questions about real estate, let me know. I would love to help you out. Questions are free, answers are free, so I can help you in any way I can. I feel if I help enough people get what they want, I get blessed. Life is good. So my name's Lynn Pinkles. Thanks for hanging out. Please, 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 one request. Please share our show. We would really appreciate it.
I'm Lynn Pinkles, and thank you for joining us.
I'm Max
wait a minute.
Williams.
She's Max, I'm Lynn. Look, I'm Max, and she's Lynn. That's right.
Okay, now you're starting to confuse me. Stop it.
He's so pretty. Thank you guys. Y'all
But
have a good
seriously, share our show. We would really appreciate it. And we won't forget the little people when we become big and famous. I promise. I'm just trying to work on getting a new stove and oven. I don't really care about the rest. I don't know that I'd ever want to be famous. Anyway, so thank you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Love y'all.